Hello everyone, welcome to another video tutorial of the OmniScript series. In this tutorial, we are going to cover conditional blocks. You can find the element in groups. You can drag and drop into the layout. So one of the way to use is like you can give the condition in the execution conditional formula and you can put all the elements in here. Now this execution conditional formula is usually available in most of the elements. You can directly put it in here and you can configure it like this. Let's take an example. So what we're going to do is we take this thing as an example. Let's say we have some record and on like based on some attribute we either want to create, maybe update, extract, or if there is something else in that we can delete the record as well. So we're going to cover scenario something like this. So let's say on the first we want to create a new record, and for that we need to add a DataRaptor post action. And what we are going to do is we want to execute this DataRaptor post action on the based on certain value in the data JSON. Let's say we receive a data JSON something like, let's say we can configure something like this. We can create a record. So let's say we add name first and other details as well. Let's say 12, and along with this we are passing an attribute which will be the deciding factor whether we are going to create or delete or update anything. So we are going to do another thing, that is operation, and for the first time we want to create a new record. So this is our data JSON. We can give this as an input. Now the thing here is we are expecting that from some source we are getting a data JSON, and in that data JSON we'll have a key value pair which will be the deciding factor whether we want to create or update or delete or do any other operation. So let's see how it will be configured, and we will be taking this as the key which will be the deciding factor. So let's say we have to create a new record. For that we have already brought the DataRaptor post action, and what we can do is, let's say we can paste this and we can check if the operation is equals to create, then it will execute this, else it will not. Although we haven't configured anything as of now, let's try it. If we do not get any error, then we'll see that this got executed. However, if we, let's say, make it as delete and try to execute again, we'll see that it doesn't get executed. So this will be the deciding factor. If we are passing create as an operation, then only it will get executed, otherwise it will not. Now let's say we have another operation to do after this and the condition is going to remain the same. Maybe we can send an email after creating account record to someone, and the execution formula is still going to be same. Now if we hit execute, we see, although this is failing right now, but we can identify it from here that first DataRaptor post action got executed and then the email action got executed. We're getting error because we haven't configured anything yet, but you got the glimpse, right? And similar to this, we have other operations for update. Again, for update, we have to use DataRaptor post action. And let's say we want to send another email after updating as well, and we are passing the key update in this case. So if it will be update and we hit an execute, we check the execution sequence. This time just the email action to let's see, maybe I have made it. Okay, let's put DataRaptor post to first and then email action. So if we check the execution sequence, we see the DataRaptor 2 executed first and the email action executed first, second, and it completely ignored DataRaptor post action 1 and email action 1 because the condition was not meeting, therefore it completely ignored. Now let's say we have few more things like this, like after create we have update, and after that let's say we have extract details as well and maybe delete detail as well, and it will be really clumsy and we always have to go through execution sequence to check which all elements have executed. So it really becomes difficult to handle these situations, and in this scenario we can use conditional block. So let's say for create we can use this and we can name it like cb create, and this time we are giving the execution formula to the wrapper itself, and now we can remove this, remove the condition that we had in execution condition formula for each elements individually. We can eliminate that, and let's do it for update as well. And we can remove the formula for both the elements, and we can give the formula to its wrapper, and this will be cb update. All right, now let's execute it, and we still have operation as update, and we see the execution sequence this time, and again you can see the only the block that had operation as update for the execution formula executed. Maybe I would named it different. Is that the case? Okay, it has to be create actually, and this one is update. Okay, let's check it again. So it should execute just the update part, and we can see DataRaptor post action 2 and email action 2 got executed, and it completely ignored the conditional block for create because the condition wasn't meeting, and we can check it for create as well. See the execution formula, and this time it only ran for DataRaptor post action 1 and email action 1, which had the create condition true. Now another way to use conditional formula is when we have if and else kind of condition. So let's delete all of these things, or maybe let's deactivate and add a new one completely. So now I'm adding conditional block here, and I'll name this as cb underscore if else. And the plan is to add multiple elements in this and configure it to be the if else block. First let's just add some set values and see how it behaves by default. So I'll copy it 3 to 4 times maybe. Set values 1, 2, 3 and other. Not sure what's the issue. Let's rename it. Okay, and the output we want from these is number 1, and similar to this it will be 2, and this one will be 3, and this one will be, let's say, 100. Now by default, if we are going to execute this, and this is when I'm talking about, I haven't given any conditional formula to the wrapper, neither I have given any conditional formula to any of these elements. You can see none of the thing is configured here. And if I hit execute, let's check the execution sequence. I see that all of the elements got executed, but this is not what we want. We want, if we are getting input as the number 1, then we want to output this. If 2, then the number 2. If 3, then the number 3. If any other number is being passed, we want to output the set value other as our output. So let's let's give a key which will be the deciding factor for this. So let's say it will be, the key will be num, and out, for now we are giving as 1, and we want to output the the value that we are getting here in num1. We want to configure this like that. So it will be num equals to 1, and similar to this we'll do for the other blocks as well. And for this one we are keeping as blank because we want it to execute when else condition meet. Now again, we haven't checked this is if else block yet, so let's see how it works right now. And the input that we are giving for num is 1. Hit execute, and we see, I guess I'll have to execute it again. All of those got executed. Let's check the output we're getting. Num3. Have I made any mistake here? I said that if the value is equals to 1, then execute this. If it is 2, then execute this one. Shouldn't be the case. Execution. Okay, maybe it got some, it took some time to actually save it. That's why it wasn't, like, I haven't made any change after that. It just took some time to save it. But now you can see it is only giving num1 as the response, and the set value other is executed as well. And because like we haven't given any conditional formula for that, similar things will happen for other numbers as well. We can give the num as 3. Now num3 will be executed this time, and along with that set value other will also get executed. Now what is happening in here is we haven't given any execution conditions, so it is executing every time. However, if we check this if else block here, let it save, and if we preview it, and this time if we see the execution sequence, it will only output the number 3 and not the set values other part. And if there is any other number in the input, we hit execute, we see only the set value other is getting executed. So this is how it works. So what is happening in here is, if this condition meets, then this will be the output. I mean this will be executed. If it meets the condition which is here, it will execute this and will not move forward. And it will not move forward if we have if else block. However, what's happening here is all of these are in if condition, and this is treated as else condition only when you have checked this, and you have to keep the conditional formula blank when whatever you want to treat as the else part of it. If you have multiple elements on the else part, it will always take the first element as the else part, and it will ignore anything after that. Let's check that as well. Execution sequence, you can see set value other, and since we didn't had any formula for this one, this was treated as else, and anything after that will get ignored in the case when we have this checked. However, if we will not check this, it will execute firstly the element which is meeting the condition, and after that it will execute all the elements. So this time it will be the set value other part and the set value 15 part will get executed. So we can check it in here. So it's set value other and set value 15. That's all for this video, and guys, I request you to like and subscribe these videos if you find them helpful. If not, you can comment on that and comment on the videos and ask if you need something specific. Have a great day.